Hello humans, welcome back to my makeup room. Today we're going to talk about brands that I wanted to try in 2020. Did I do it? Why didn't I? What did I think? So last year I came up with a list of 10 brands I wanted to try in the new year, and I tried some. I tried most, I think. Yes, I tried most of them. So let's just go down the list and talk about what I've discovered. First on the list was Sydney Grace. Of course, I have tried Sydney Grace. I have a nice little selection of their singles, and I also have the Tiny Marvels palette, the collab they did with Mel Thompson. And as you'll be able to see here, it's getting lots of love. And I have to say, Sydney Grace is a fantastic formula. They don't have many bright colors, but the neutrals that they have, all the shadows I've had, have beautiful formula. And they do have some color, it's just not bam, in your face, bright, super rainbow, vibrant color. For the most part. But their formula it's just foolproof. It's very blendable, the shimmers are fabulous, and I have no complaints. If you're in the market for some indie shadows, you can check out Sydney Grace. I would recommend them. The next brand on the list was Marc Jacobs. Now I'd already tried their highliners, but I was interested in the bronzer, the gloss stick, and the blush. Now, they have since discontinued the blush, so I'm not going to be able to try that. But I do have the Omega Bronze bronzer in Tantastic. And this is a fabulous, fabulous bronzer. It's a nice, true, neutral tone. I've basically only worn away the pattern in the center, so I haven't used it like a heap ton, but I can say I do really enjoy this bronzer. It's very smooth, soft, and blendable. A touch maybe too pigmented for my fair skin, but nothing you can't blend out. It works very well. If they made it slightly less pigmented, it would be absolutely perfect. And the gloss stick, I have mine, shoot, I don't know what shade this is. It's a pink one. I wanted to try Mocha Chocolata, but I ended up getting this one on sale. And I've only used it once or twice, but it is a nice little glossy sheer formula, and I do enjoy it. I would say if you're interested in trying a gloss stick kind of formula, Sephora brand actually does a fairly nice one, and obviously it's way cheaper. This is still nice, and I plan on using it up. Hi, it's Editing Martha. Just wanted to pop it in and add a point that I think I forgot in my filming process. Marc Jacobs, I tried an eyeshadow palette from them as well. It was the Frivolux eyeshadow palette. Cool toned, pop of purple, and I was sorely disappointed. I've heard so many good things about the formula. Sashimi, look what I'm dealing with. What is this? My helper is not very helpful. Any whoosies. Do you want to say hello? Say hi. Say hello. Yeah. So, what I'm getting at is I tried that Marc Jacobs eyeshadow formula. It was nothing special. It wasn't great. I have way better eyeshadows than that. And I'm trying to decolor it, but no one is biting on my Poshmark for me to sell it, so I might end up keeping it. But I did try the eyeshadows from them. Alright, carry on! Next up on the list we have Pat McGrath. Now I got a sample of the Fetishized mascara, and I loved it. That is a great mascara. They had a crazy Black Friday sale on where you could buy the mascara for, I think it was $10 US, but 14 Canadian. I bought one. It also had free shipping. I bought one. I loved it. It was great. And the eyeshadows were really what I was most interested in. And I did end up trying one little palette. I got the Levian Rose palette off of Poshmark, so I did buy it used. And I don't believe that the 6-pan palettes from Pat McGrath have those special multi-dimensional shadows in them. So maybe this formula was not as good as the 12 pan. Is it 12? The big ones. I think they're 12 pans as the big mothership palettes, but I just thought it was totally lackluster. I mean, it was sort of a purpley taupey kind of a shade. It was a metallic and it faded on my eyes. It didn't even last. Now, this could be because it could be an older palette, but honestly, I don't think it is because they all swatched pretty well. But it definitely faded, and I sold that to one of my friends because all of the other shades I realized I had in my collection. There was a vibrant purple, a bright pink, and like a taupey nude, and I had those. That purpley metallic was the only sort of unique shade in there to me, and it wasn't anything special. So I'm not too keen on trying anything Pat McGrath in the future. I don't want to spend that kind of money. I am still interested in trying some of the multi-dimensional shadows, but at this point, I don't want to spend the money on them. So if they fell into my lap, absolutely I would try them, but Pat McGrath isn't super on my radar anymore. Number 4 on the list was Love Luxe Beauty. So I ended up trying 3 different eyeshadow palettes from them. The Winter Woods, there was a blue-green one, maybe it was just 2 palettes. I feel like it was 3 though. Oh yes, and a taupe one. What I found with those eyeshadows is the mattes were pretty good. They were blendable, they were buttery, they were pretty solid. Touch kick-uppy, but nothing to complain about. They were solid. The metallics, the shimmers, they were so lackluster and they faded so quickly on me. They did not last in my eye looks whatsoever. So what I ended up doing was depotting my palettes and keeping some of the mattes that I liked, because I didn't think the shimmers were really worth anything. Would I recommend trying Love Luxe Beauty? I would say not for their eyeshadows. I think I've heard they have pretty good highlighters, but not something I'm in the market for right now. Number 5 on the list is Nomad Cosmetics. Currently in my collection, I have the Tokyo Harajuku palette and the Malibu quad. It's the green one. The Malibu palette. It's this little quad here. And honestly, I've only used this, I think, once. But I do like the quality on this. And the Tokyo palette, it's nice. And I was really, really in love with this when I first got it, but I have found that I just don't really want to reach for this. These shades down here are beautiful. They're very special shades. They're like duochromes, and they're almost like a super shock texture. They're kind of a cream to a powder. They're lovely. But all of these are satins. And I thought that I could get over that fact, but I don't love the satin thing. And these are sort of satin as well, but they are more on the matte side. While I do enjoy these, I don't think I will try anything more from the brand unless they come out with something super special. Number 6 on the list is Strobe Cosmetics, which are now called Shroud Cosmetics. And I did not get around to trying them yet, but I have placed an order. I have purchased the Shroud and Butte Bean palette and all of the singles from the Creepy Cute palette. The palette itself was sold out, but I decided to get the singles. Not that I needed them, but shipping was kind of astronomical and I kind of wanted to make the order worth it, because I didn't want to pay that much for shipping for one palette. International shipping, man. It's a doozy. So I will let you know. I have not received my purchase yet, but I will hopefully in the new year, and I will let you know. Number 7 on the list is Glossier. I still have not tried Glossier, and that's mostly because I have a lot of powders that I want to try and get through. And the number 1 thing I want to try from Glossier is the Wowder, some eyeliners, and maybe a cloud paint. But I don't need any cream blushes. I don't need any eyeliners, and I don't need any powders. I just haven't had the need to place an order from them yet, but hopefully I will soon. we'll see how I do getting through some items in my collection. Touch of Glam. I do own some shadows from Touch of Glam. I made a single order, and I think I made poor choices when placing that order. I know I still have a few of them there, but I definitely got rid of a couple. I think on the website I'm pretty sure they have an Etsy store, and it's kind of hard to tell on the website what the shadows are going to look like when you get them. So I definitely got a couple that were darker than I intended, but the ones I've used are good quality. I would just be wary of the website and try and find swatches of the shadows you want to get. Number 9 is Midas Cosmetics, and this one kind of fell off of my list of brands I wanted to try. I'm not super interested in anything they have coming out. I was tempted by the Smoky Glow palette, but that was mostly because I wanted to support Hannah Smoky Glow, and it was just so red and pink toned, very warm toned, not really my kind of vibe. Nothing else they've come out with has really spoken to me. I was tempted by the Cake Liner palettes, but honestly, I didn't really trust them, and the color stories, I didn't know which one I wanted to get, and both of them came with a black and white, so I didn't want to buy both. And Suva Beauty came out with some little palettes, and I ended up buying those instead because it was just an easier decision to make, and I didn't have to pay international shipping because, wow, Suva's Canadian. Oh, support Canada. But no, international shipping was really, really important to me, and I got it on a good deal for Black Friday. The face palettes they released with the different skin tones, with different palettes for different skin tones, was beautiful, but I really don't need a face palette, so that wasn't really high on my priority list. So I'm still kind of paying attention to what Midas does, but nothing has spoken to me just yet. Last on the list is Give Me Glow Cosmetics. I have Glow Cosmetics. I have 2 highlighters from them. They're the most blinding, crazy things. Here, I have White Noise in front of me, and she's shiny. I mean, they're beautiful highlighters. I have 2 highlighters from them, and I also have a good selection of single shadows. I wanted to buy more of them on Black Friday, but I have so many singles that I resisted. They are great. They have bright, bold colors. Their metallics are fabulous, and the mattes are so pigmented, but they are still blendable. I highly recommend Give Me Glow if you're in the market for colorful shadows because they are beautiful. I still want a couple of their palettes, but I don't need palettes, and the Juicy Olive palette I know I can dupe over and over again because I love those murky greens, but I still kind of want it. I would like to expand my collection more, but I definitely would recommend trying them out. Those are all the brands that I wanted to try this year. I will be making the next installment of this video, brands I want to try next year. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to. Leave me a comment down below, what brands do you want to try next year? What brands did you try this year that were fabulous and you would recommend? Ring the bell to become a Pavlovian dog, and I will see you next time. Bye.